And they say, this is the show. This is the Wrestling Fans Podcast, hosted by Bang himself, Jason Fastkade, and the best in the world today. Do you understand what I'm telling you? It's the man, Trent Williams. We got another hot show for you. Of course, we're going to talk about Raw. We'll delve into NXT and all of the craziness going on in WWE. But with the first half of the year over with, we decided to give our mid-year reports on several WWE and NXT talents. I think you'll be surprised to hear what we have to say. As always, hit us up on Twitter. For Trent, it's at MTW3589. For me, it's at Battleground Predictions. And the official Twitter page for the show is at TWF_podcast. Hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/TWFpodcast. You know, sometimes I start to stall, but let's stop stalling and let's get into the show. Okay, well, before we start the show, man, let's get right down to the biggest item that I'm concerned about. And I'm pretty sure lots of Americans are concerned about this 4th of July weekend. What the heck is going on in the Big Brother house, man?
Well, we just had our first eviction last night. Jose was eliminated. The guy was an absolute nutcase. He called himself the Messiah of the Big Brother house when he didn't know how to play the game from, he's never watched it hardly. They had the head of household competition, which is to put somebody in power who's able to nominate the next two people who could go up to be eliminated. And that was Paulie, who I'm a pretty big fan of. So the house is actually divided right now as in the two halves. There's one big alliance and then there's a smaller alliance. I'm a fan of the bigger alliance of 8, and they still have the power right now. So
wait. Are you saying as far as alliances go, in your opinion, size doesn't matter?
Well, in this case, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Well, that was about it.
All right. Any new hot girls taking off clothes? Here's what I want to know, and here's what I would be watching for if I had the stream. Trent, tell everyone how you can get the stream again.
At CBS.com, and you have to sign up for their all access.
Okay, and CBS needs to start paying us for that plug. But what I'm saying is, which cameras are you looking at when it's around, let's say, bedtime?
Well, as much as you would imagine, there's actually not that much to see as you would think there would be.
Okay, well, cancel your credit card. Cancel it. No, cancel it. Cancel it.
They're pretty, slick in how they cover it up and don't show anything.
Okay, as Trent continues to search for side boob, let's get into the show, man. Now, Trent, I haven't introduced myself in a long time. So I will continue to not do that. What I'm going to do is ask the best in the world, Trent Williams, the man who has an entire DVD collection of Eva Marie posters, DVDs, and tryout matches. Go to TrentWilliams.com and get all of this merchandise. He is a stupid huge wrestling fan, and he is the first person that ever trolled Paige Van Zandt. Plus, he's the only person that I know with a not safe for work Twitter account, and he may be the second person to injure himself popping fireworks. But nevertheless, he is a wrestling fan, a big wrestling fan, the best wrestling fan that I know, and he is my co-host. He is my tag team partner. He is the man that makes up this great duo on the Wrestling Fans Podcast. No longer sponsored by StreamUp.com.
Oh no, what happened?
Not doing that anymore. We didn't get enough, we didn't get enough swag, baby. We didn't get enough merchandise. We didn't get the codes to bomb China. We didn't get them. Sorry. Okay. Now, Trent, we're going to get into a lot this week, but we're going to cover it. WWE Raw, WWE in general, NXT. This is the first time that we've ever given out reviews. Yep. So we're going to do that. Now, we're also going to talk about the best in the world ROH pay-per-view, which, let's be honest, if you can't find it, go find it. It was a great show. It was here in my city, and we'll wrap up the show with some creative ideas. But Trent,
yes,
let's start with Raw now. I don't know about you, but with last week's show, we ended the show still asking questions as to what they would do with the Roman Reigns suspension storyline, or Roman Reigns suspension headline, if you will.
Right.
To start the show, Seth Rollins comes out, and honestly, it starts off like another CM Punk pipe bomb. you're thinking, wow, they're really gonna do this right now? Really?
Yeah.
And let's just say this. It was a good promo, but when you have the tweet already, posted on the Titantron and everything like that, it was a very scripted promo. I like the fact that they didn't elevate Roman Reigns, but they didn't necessarily bury him either. What they did was they made Seth still make it all about him, basically.
Yeah.
And they didn't really trash Roman Reigns as like a drug guy or it's anything like that. What did you feel about the promo that Seth gave about the Roman Reigns suspension?
Yeah, everybody was making a big deal about that. He actually said something about it, but I mean, like you said, it was a scripted promo. It didn't feel like it was a shoot or anything, really. I didn't think that much of it, I expected WWE to say something because they couldn't hide it, especially after they had announced it on their own website.
And I didn't really watch Raw until Wednesday. So the headlines from Tuesday and Wednesday were just going crazy, man. Like he addressed it. So I'm thinking when I watched it back that he was gonna go in on it, man. But like I said, I think they did a nice job of just addressing it and pushing it to the side. Now, one thing I'm not sure if you've heard of was this apology that Roman Reigns was supposed to give for his suspension. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I did read it.
Apparently he was supposed to give an apology. I don't know why, but and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike or Mark Carano. Okay, he's on the Total Diva show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he said he was supposed to give that apology. I thought it was a little bit strange that he would have to do that, and then like maybe a day later, half a day later, you're getting reports about he didn't even do it, or maybe it was false.
Yeah.
Why do you think that would have? Like, was that a punishment or was that just acknowledgement?
I'm guessing it was a punishment, but I guess they made him do it because he's the top guy, and for them to see a top guy get suspended, don't really look good for him or WWE, really.
True. I just want to go back to my biggest stand on this, man. I don't know if they made Roman Reigns out to be a scapegoat or if this was really good, storyline development. But you got to imagine that when you're the champ and you're riding high, even though you're the selected champ by Vince, they got to protect you somehow.
Yeah.
I always go back to the fact of, could he have been suspended for a hard substance versus because I'm thinking if you're the champ, we're going to protect you, and until you fall off to opening match status or once you get on main event, that's when we'll suspend you for your problem, I guess.
Right.
But nevertheless, Roman Reigns is still out of the picture for the next upcoming weeks of Raw. And we get, honestly, Trent, a very good Raw show. Now, I watched it back on Hulu, so it was a condensed show, but everything went as it should. You have your main title being just ravaged over, everyone's thirsty for it, and you get two super matches. You get Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles, and you get John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Awesome. Of course, those matches don't really develop into a fatal 4-way or fatal 5-way, but you get those awesome matches for a regular Raw. You get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a highlight reel segment with Chris Jericho. Hopefully this will come to an end, but they're probably going to get a match. You got Charlotte.
Yeah, it's already signed for Battleground.
Awesome. You got Charlotte and Daniel Brooke versus The Boss and Paige. That feud goes somewhere with Sasha getting the hottest tag that I think you can get for a women's tag match. And that was good. So to sum it all up, man, Raw this Monday night, if it was a one-of-one show, it was a very good show.
Yes.
So, I had no problems with the show, except Adam Lee was not on the show.
Nope.
Bischoff was not on the show.
Nope.
And the anonymous general manager laptop did not make an appearance. We got Kane going, whatever, but that just sucked. What'd you feel about Raw in general?
I thought it was a good show, but it feels like they're at a standstill, a holding pattern until this draft. A couple of things that I found kind of weird was, why in the world is Kane back out there challenging for the IC title of all people to challenge for it?
That was the only dip that I saw. But I've been asking that same question as to where Miz is, in relation to why is Kane out there. Where has Miz been? He's back, so got to do something with him.
Yeah. There was a tag match. It was Del Rio and Sheamus, I think.
Okay.
Against Apollo and Cesaro, and during the match, Del Rio like kicks Sheamus in the head on purpose and then just walks off. So is he a babyface now, or is Sheamus the babyface? What was the purpose of that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a non-Hulu special. So, okay. Geez, we will see. I know you're not a big ADR fan.
No, and that'll be with our mid-year rankings or ratings or whatever later.
Oh yes, we definitely have to save some of this and give ratings on where people are. But yeah, maybe ADR goes. Well, like I don't really see Sheamus going to a face, but maybe ADR does something a little different, man, just to separate himself from the pack.
Yeah. Did they cut Hulu on the Hulu? Did they cut the part with Becky Lynch and Natalya?
Oh, sorry, I was I was on mute, my bad. Oh, dude, this was probably the first Hulu Raw that I saw where it was solid. And it was just the right amount of women's matches or women's segments, but I didn't see that part. What happened?
So it was supposed to be Becky Lynch versus Summer Rae, and Natalya was on commentary. Well, the match don't even happen because Becky Lynch goes crazy and jumps on Natalya and starts beating the living crap out of her. And it was awesome because I love my Becky Lynch and can't stand Natalya.
Right. So Becky with the good hair pummeled Daniel Brooks' twin.
Yep.
And we possibly get a match for Battleground?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool. Now, listen, I told you this. Where was Becky Lynch on the WeaveMeter? If she was at a 7 or below, she's fine.
Yeah, I think she was below.
Anything else I missed from Hulu?
Did you see Enzo and Cass beat two jobbers?
That's what I'm saying, dude. No. Dude, I'm telling you, this was probably the very first time that I watched Hulu, and I was like, "Wow, this is a solid show." Like this was, and my number's gonna be off, but like this was maybe a 15-person crew, maybe 17-person show. It was solid. So if you're watching Raw for 3 hours or 3 hours in its entirety and you're not skipping the channel or watching something else, tell us what you're watching for. Tweet the show at TWF_podcast and let us know, man. I just can't do it. Did you watch it for 3 hours, Trent?
I watch it for 3 hours every week.
Okay.
Give or take, changing the channels a couple of times.
Yep. Okay. And that's fine.
Yep.
Anything else?
Let's see. Titus. They had Titus beating the crap out of Rusev. I like this new fired up Titus where he don't take no crap.
Okay. Could we see another rematch with Rusev and Titus at Battleground?
Oh, we get it before then. We get it on Raw Monday.
Oh, nice. Wait.
They announced that on SmackDown.
For the title?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So for the U.S. title, it'll be Titus O'Neil and Rusev on Monday night. One thing that I forgot to mention was I think what had to be the funniest part of the show was the New Day and the Bray Wyatt segment.
Yeah.
This was circa DX doing the Nation of Domination. This was circa the NWO doing the Four Horsemen.
Yep.
It was funny, man. Like I thought it was funny. And we still get Xavier Woods. Is he scared of Bray Wyatt? What?
I have no clue where this is going.
Here's the thing, Trent. I was totally with you on the Sister Abigail thing. In hindsight, it made absolute sense. It set up something. I don't think they're going to lose to the Wyatts at the pay-per-view. Maybe it sets up something for SummerSlam,
right,
where we get introduced to Sister Abigail. I was all for that. I had to think about it. And I was like, okay, that does make sense. But for Xavier Woods to just cower like a little girl in his best Luke Harper costume, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah. Why did they not have one of them? Let's see, one was dressed up like Rowan. And BigE was dressed up like
who the hell was he? He had a gray beard and overall.
I have no idea who that's supposed to be.
I don't either.
But Woods was dressed up as Harper, and Harper's not even there. One of them should have dressed up like Bray.
I don't know if you would have got the connection with Bray, because Bray is a shirt that changes every week, and white pants and a beard. So I don't know if you would have gotten I don't know. And especially since Xavier usually keeps his hair in a ponytail, like he let it out, so he would look, I guess, dingy or dirty like Luke Harper does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe BigE was Colonel Sanders. I don't know who the hell he was. I don't know. But yeah, it's only 3 of them. So they had to do 3, and hopefully Luke Harper comes back pretty soon.
I do too. I hope so. That's why I don't really see the titles changing with this feud, because I think if the titles are going to change to the Wyatt family, they need Harper there to be one of them. Yeah,
definitely. Braun Strowman is pretty good muscle. I mean, other than that, I don't really see it going anywhere.
And Eric Rowan, he's there.
Yeah,
He's a person. He's a body.
Wow. It's Bray Wyatt, then Luke Harper, and then those two, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I put Harper and then Rowan. I mean, no, Harper, then Bray, and then Strowman, and Rowan last.
Yeah, and we talked about this before. Bray gets the top spot in my opinion because he can talk.
Right. Well, yeah. And I think Luke could too if he was given the opportunity.
Given the opportunity, man, just gotta give him the opportunity.
Yep.
Now I think we pretty much summed Raw up, but moving forward, this was maybe the second week going into the Battleground pay-per-view.
Yep.
What do you think happens at Battleground from let's say a top of the card aspect? We'll get somewhat of a match between AJ Styles and Cena. Maybe that's the second into the feud.
Right.
Cena picks up the win.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get the triple threat if we want it or not.
Right.
Ambrose wins. I know that's your guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the way WWE is about Roman, I could easily see them putting it right back on him.
Okay. And we'll get, as of right now, I think it's a singles match between Charlotte and the boss, Sasha Banks.
Right.
I think Sasha loses, but loses maybe a DQ or something like that.
Yeah, because her win's coming at SummerSlam.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we're done with Raw.
Yep.
Let's see what we can talk. Go ahead.
One more thing about Reigns that I was reading. In his suspension, that he's not getting paid during suspension.
Yeah, I saw that. But he gets
merchandise.
Yeah, he gets the little extras.
Yeah, but he don't get the big, pay-per-view and downside guarantee.
Well, wait. What he gets merchandise, he gets the t-shirts. He gets
royalties.
Yeah, royalties. That's what it is. The only thing he doesn't get is live event money.
Live event and the downside guarantee money that he gets which that don't even make no sense. Don't he only get that once a year?
In my opinion, the only money he was missing was live event money.
Yeah,
but
it says that it's going to be about 100,000 less than he would have if he'd been there.
Right, and I don't think that really hurts him.
Nah.
Yeah, I think people are buying the Roman Empire shirts, but hopefully he bounces back from this and he comes back. I'm very curious to see how he comes back because, we still don't know what happened. So we don't know if they'll continue to throw coals on the fire with this Roman Reigns thing and bury him. So when he comes back, he has to be a bad guy. He has to be a heel.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets the red carpet treatment in a welcome back ceremony, and they might bull him out of the building at Battleground. So it'll be interesting to see.
Bull him out of the building regardless.
Yeah,
they'll probably chant steroids at him or something.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what kind of heat he gets because you can build off that. Now he has something, man. He has something. Before it was okay, you're the chosen one. You're being shoved down our throats. Pause. And now he could come back and with a legitimate reason for people to either welcome him back with open arms or continue to just boo-boo on him.
Right. And from what I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, he just wants him to come back and using this as sympathy for him. This is going to be the thing that gets him sympathy so that people turn in his favor, which I don't see happening at all. Yeah,
I mean, I think you would have to play the whole drug angle, and I don't think that goes well, especially in the PG era. Why would you even voice that? We'll see what happens with Roman Reigns. Very interesting to see. The pay-per-view is in a couple weeks, so we'll see. But we both strongly believe that he doesn't get we both believe that there's a chance, but that's just because WWE changes their mind more than their underwear. So okay, so let's move on to NXT, man. This NXT show started off with your boo thing, Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Dude, let me just say this. This is the July 4th weekend. It's a happy time. I got fireworks ready. And wow, this is going very X-rated, but I need to calm down here. I'm excited for Alexa Bliss and the success that she could possibly come into.
I agree.
I like Alexa Bliss. I'm glad she beat Carmella because I think Carmella is, TNA for the show.
Yeah.
And to have someone like Alexa beat her, even though everybody was screaming for her to do the choke slam.
Yeah.
Everybody was. She still needs to go on and get more wins under her belt, whether it's in unbelievable fashion or not. She's Alexa. She's the little pit bull that gets the win. So I like it. Definitely like it. Okay, from there on, it's a little shaky for me, buddy.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so we are in total agreement that Cien Almos needs to stop dressing like Magic Mike.
Yep.
Okay, stop it. Stop it. The charisma is there. That's cool. Not really a fan of the matches, and the crotch shot after reviewing it does suck.
Yeah.
You need a new finisher, and you need to stop coming out dressed like an exotic dancer. So,
I agree.
And I say that because I think he could wind up, yes, he is charismatic, but wind up like Adam Rose.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the finisher that needs to be stronger.
Minus the domestic abuse charges.
Wow. And I just read that speaking of domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Crazy transition. That
Baller.
Yeah, sorry, I said Baller. Lawler's clean. He's a free man. There's nothing hanging over him. Hopefully we'll see him in the WWE again, getting 25-year-old girlfriend. So
the suspension's already lifted.
Boom, baby. Nicely done. Nicely done.
He'll probably be on SmackDown this week.
Cool. Awesome.
David Otunga can go back to main event or whatever he was doing.
Oh, so Corey Graves didn't get it?
No.
It was David Otunga?
Yeah.
If you watch SmackDown, is David Otunga on SmackDown?
He had been doing, for the longest time, he was doing the Raw pre-shows. And then lately they had moved him up to being on main event as an announcer.
Okay, wait a minute. Sorry. This has to stop. There's a Raw pre-show?
I don't watch that.
Trent.
I just know it exists.
Trent, I need you to check into rehab. Are you serious? There's a Raw pre-show?
Yeah.
Are there matches on the Raw pre-show?
No.
Okay.
I think it's like in studio, like at the WWE studios or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And you said he was the announcer on main event or something?
Yeah, he was the color guy on main event.
Okay. I don't like how you said the color guy on main event, but
color commentator.
There you go. Okay. I know exactly what you meant. Okay. He is still married to Jennifer Hudson. So I mean, the man is doing well for himself. He was probably at the BET Awards, so he's doing well for himself.
Being married to her, I'm still surprised she hasn't appeared at WrestleMania to do America the Beautiful.
Well, is that a little played out, man? I mean, it's cool.
What?
Dude. In all the years of WrestleMania, when they do the recaps of the shows, there's not one that stands out, or
Yeah, well, I mean, they have somebody do it every year, so obviously they want it. I'm surprised they haven't. She seems like somebody that would be easy to get because she's married to one of the guys. I
always wonder, was that something that they didn't want to push, like they didn't want to promote, like they wanted to make David Otunga stand on his own?
Yeah, she don't want. I read that she didn't want him wrestling.
Okay. Wasn't he a reality show guy first though?
Yeah, he was on that I Love New York or whatever on VH1.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something that we never really got a payoff for, but it was on everyone's mind. Yeah. Maybe he wins the title and she's in the audience. I mean, I think that would be good for both of them to introduce her into the world of professional wrestling. You
talking about David Otunga win a title?
Only for the payoff of seeing Jennifer Hudson there.
Oh, okay. But I don't see him winning a title.
I'm not a David Otunga fan whatsoever, my friend.
Me neither. You're a Jennifer Hudson fan.
Yeah, definitely a Jennifer Hudson fan. I mean, the girl has pipes.
Yeah.
The girl can really, really sing. So
I agree. She should have won her season of American Idol.
Oh yeah, you were an American Idol fan, right?
Yeah.
Were you watching when she was on it?
I was.
Okay. Were you who was she battling in that battling?
That was the one that had her and Fantasia and LaToya London.
Oh, because she didn't win it. She got kicked off. But
early.
Was that in the era where you wanted a slim chick and she didn't fit the body type or something?
No, I think what it was is like they had these three girls. They called them the three divas. And
Wait, Trent, sorry. I gotta know. Were they all black?
Yes.
Okay. Keep going. Going.
And they were talking about the votes must have the people must have splitted the votes between the three, and she got the less votes, and she was out like top 8 way before she should have been. But she should have won it because the one that won it, Fantasia.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of at all.
You're not a fan of grown women sounding like 6-year-olds?
No, I'm not.
You're not? Okay, well, if you can get past the voice, I will say this. The first album is a classic. Sorry. As most of those American Idol winners or contestants' first albums, because they're not written by the artist.
Right.
So Fantasia's album, her first album was fantastic, man. Sorry. But
she did have a pretty good Lifetime movie about herself.
Wow.
Did you ever see it?
I didn't. I don't recall seeing it. I don't know, man.
It was about her life growing up and stuff.
Listen, you already got me to admit that I listened to Fantasia's album. You think I'm going to admit that I watched Lifetime? No, not going to happen this week, buddy.
And going back to America the Beautiful, she actually did sing America the Beautiful at one of the WrestleManias.
Yeah. Was it early? Was it early in their relationship?
I don't know.
Okay, well, here's the thing. They go well with each other because they both didn't win their reality shows. I mean, that's something that they can bond over.
No. I'm talking about Fantasia, not Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm talking about Jennifer Hudson. And
yeah, never sung at it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought that was a little weird that you were flip-flopping, but okay, yeah. So Fantasia has done it.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Hudson hasn't.
Right.
Okay. All right. Now, how the hell
did we get on talking about that?
Bingo.
I have David Otunga.
David O'Freaking-Tunga.
A-list Otunga.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Wow. All right, we're still on NXT. I think we're still on NXT.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cien almost stopped being a Magic Mike dancer. Next, let's just go title picture. Really no heavyweight title drama this week with Samoa Joe or anyone. Nope. The focus is really on Shinsuke and Balor, right. And for the first time, man, which I thought was really, really good, we got to see Shinsuke Nakamura with no crowd behind him, just give a interview, just a sit down type of question and react type segment. I did like the fact that they established this guy does have some English. This guy can speak some English. Does he have the normal translation delay or errors or anything like that? Yeah, it's cool. It was good to see that he could, have a camera in his face and just go. That was cool.
And one thing I like about Nakamura, and the same thing can be said for Asuka and Hideo Itami, who made his return this past week, is they've finally gotten out of making them like Asian stereotypes. They're just letting them be them themselves. They're not trying to make them into what they think an Asian person would be like.
That's true. That is very true.
Like, had this been like the year 2000, Shinsuke Nakamura in that interview, he would have had like a little voiceover where he moved his mouth and the other thing would talk, and it wouldn't be on the same, same thing like a Japanese action movie.
That's not even funny. I don't know why I'm laughing, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, Mr. Fuji would have, Mr. Fuji would have managed them. Yep. They would have came out waving the Japanese flag or something like that.
In somebody's face.
Yeah, I mean, they would have done the normal thing that they used to do. Yep. I still want to see if Asuka can speak English. Mm-hmm. I know Hideo isn't really good at it. I mean, let's be honest.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm very happy that they haven't done that, and I want to add yet. When
they get on the main roster and Vince gets the whole.
Man,
you gotta worry about.
That is the biggest thing. But hopefully NXT can build them up as such big stars that you already know who they are. You don't need to change anything, and they won't revert back to those terrible stereotypes.
And hopefully, if Vince does try to, Triple H will stop him and tell him, no, they don't need to do that,
Yeah. Hopefully. Now, continue with NXT. We got a lot of backstage stuff, but Bailey was confronted by Alexa.
Alexa was all over this show, and I love it.
Yes, she was. Dude, it might be that time, man. It might be that time. If people are going up to the main roster, they need to job out to someone. Yep. Maybe Alexa beats Bailey.
Yeah, she might.
All I want her to do is a choke slam, and she's a winner in my book. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Watch. She's going to go up against Nia Jackson. That's when she pulls it out.
Holy smokes. That'll be cool. That'll be crazy. That'll be so crazy. And Nia Jax get like 6 feet of air under it. That'll be crazy. Okay. The last thing that happened on the show was totally surrounding the tag titles.
Right.
So we got people getting beat up left and right. We got challenges. But the Authors of Pain are still beating the crap out of American Alpha. But are we getting an American Alpha versus Gargano and Ciampa?
No.
Okay. What are we getting out of the next phase of this tag team division?
Next week, we're getting Revival versus American Alpha in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yep.
For the tag titles?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty good, man. I mean, we had the Alexa and Carmella match, which led off the show, which I thought was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Next week hopefully we get somewhat of a show though. Remember when we had the 2 out of 3 falls match with Sammy and Joe? Like that was the entire show.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, hopefully we get a somewhat of a show, and that can just be like your main event. That's cool. Right. And then the week after that, that's when we get
Shinsuke and Balor.
Awesome. Yeah, that's wow. Let me just say this, man. I had a friend over, and we were watching NXT, or I was watching NXT, and he was like, "What the hell are you watching?" He was like, "Dude, I think I know what that is, but it looks a little low budget." And I said, "Well, let me just say this. It's supposed to look like that because if you think of like the NBA or the major leagues, they always have what you think of as a D league or a development league,
minor league.
Yeah, but the only difference here is when you think of the top athletes in the world or that just aren't in that league that everybody's talking about, they're on that show. And that's the hottest thing right now because you get the most hardcore loyal fans that follow these big stars and they go there first. Now, what happens to them after the main roster call up is something totally different, but yep. I'm getting more people more involved with NXT. So WWE needs to cut the check.
Yep.
Okay. And if Trent and I are not hired, there are going to be some angry fans, the Wrestling Fans Podcast listeners.
TWF universe.
The TWF universe that'll be in your lobby. Okay. Okay. So Trent, is that the rest of NXT?
I think that sums up everything.
Okay, all right. Because we got to get to this mid-year review because it's gonna be a pretty good segment. Now, let me say this, man. Before we go any further, did you get a chance to watch the Best in the World ROH pay-per-view?
I did not.
Okay, well, for anyone that wants to watch it, it's out there. Trust me. If you know how to get this podcast, you know how to get that. So it was a really good pay-per-view. I don't think I watched maybe the first match because I didn't know who those guys were. But just some quick little highlights here. It had the Young Bucks. It had one of the Briscoes, which I don't know which one. I think it was Jay versus Jay Lethal for the heavyweight title. It had BJ Whitmer versus Steve Corino in some type of grudge match, that somebody had crossed the line, and it turned into a real hardcore match with lots of blood, lots of color, and a tables match. And then Kevin Sullivan. Shout out to MLW. Listen every week. Kevin Sullivan came out and gave the golden spike to Steve Corino, and BJ Whitmer won. I was interested in this match from the storyline, but also when I saw Death Before Dishonor in Baltimore last year, BJ Whitmer had like a brace on. I guess he hurt his ACL or like injured his knee. So very good to see him bounce back and have, a somewhat important match.
A lot of people don't like BJ Whitmer for some reason, I've found.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I've never had a problem with him. I ain't watched ROH in years, but, one of my favorite ROH feuds they ever done was the BJ Whitmer-Jimmy Jacob feud.
Okay. And I'll have to check on those feuds. When I saw him in Baltimore last year, I was like, okay, well, this is ROH's version of Steve Austin. I mean, he's bald, cut a hell of a promo last year, obviously can talk, and just seems to, kind of be a bully.
Yeah.
But work rate to me is very good. I don't really have anything bad to say about BJ Whitmer. Like I said, glad to see him back and having a very pivotal role on the show as far as a storyline. Not I have 1,000 moves of death versus your 25,000 moves. Like, come on. So that was a very good match. That was a very good match.
Corino still goes. He's still pretty good.
Steve Corino is their announcer, if I'm not mistaken, in assistance to Kevin Kelly. So I think this was something to get BJ Whitmer over, but he was still out there, man. Like I said, it turned into more of a grudge match, hardcore match. So, I mean, this wasn't a 5-star match, or you didn't see Steve Corino doing 15 super kicks and a moonsault. So it was a very good match. A lot of color, though. A lot of color. Okay. One other thing was Roderick Strong finally lost in what was probably his last match. No big fanfare about it. Just lost and left. That was classy. Yeah, that was classy. He just lost and left. It was Moose and War Machine versus the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole, baby, had to do it. The Bullet Club won, which was cool. And Dalton Castle versus Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish picked up the win. Very big fan of Dalton Castle. The last time I saw him, he did the Matrix move.
Yeah.
He did that in slow motion. I think he does a lot of slow motion type segments in his match. But everything was cool, man. And here's where I knock it. Of course, of course. Two things. Outside of the BJ Whitmer match, I didn't really see a lot of what you would think of storytelling. And I'm trying to figure out if this is something that is like prevalent now, or if you only focus the psychology of certain things in certain matches, because a lot of the matches outside of the BJ Whitmer match just seem to be I have 1,000 moves of death and let me see how I can get my 1,000 moves of death into the match.
Right.
And after a while, you're going to pin me.
Yeah. ROH has always been like that, though, really.
I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind it because you're still in the indies. That's what people want to see. But, dude, you're building your tape.
Yeah.
Like, you're building your profile so everyone who sees you on the main roster or NXT knows why you're there.
Right.
So I don't really mind it. It does get a little repetitive when you know they're not building any buzz with the crowd or anything like that. It's basically like watching a video game.
Yeah.
And what I'll get to with that is sit down, Trent, because this might be a little too much, man. Sorry. I'm gonna make a comparison between Brock Lesnar and the Young Bucks.
Okay.
They're the same, man. They're absolutely the same.
Super kick, right?
There you go. They're super kick, and then I forgot the name, but it's a Meltzer driver, like a dual Meltzer driver. And Brock is suplex, and then F5.
Yep.
So I can't criticize Brock without criticizing the Young Bucks. But I will say this, dude. If you know that, and I didn't know that before because I didn't watch a lot of Young Bucks matches. I saw them, but when I saw them, they did a lot more. And I saw them before they were in the Bullet Club.
Right.
But now everyone's on the super kick party, right?
Yep.
So it works.
Yep.
I'm sorry to say, dude, it works. Like, it really works. They incorporate it in a million different ways.
Right.
That's what I like. I mean, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, where Brock's German, you can't really do it but one way. They ain't no way to be innovative with it.
Exactly. I mean, if Brock starts catching people out of the air, suplexing them over the top, maybe. Okay, that's a little bit different, but when people are in the crowd counting from 1 to 10 and he does the same thing over and over, it gets a little repetitive and you're just looking at your watch saying, okay, well, when is this dude gonna die?
Yeah.
But the super kick party, Young Bucks, I liked it, man. I didn't have any problem with it because it was crazy. It was crazy how they were just pulling them out of nowhere, man. And for that to essentially be your only move, it was pretty good. Sorry. For any lovers or haters of the Young Bucks out there, add me to the pro side, because I'm not going to say I'm a lover. But what do you feel about the Young Bucks and the super kick phenomenon?
I like it. They're always fun to watch. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Young Bucks. This show will probably be following the Bullet Club later. I was trolling people on Twitter this week. I believe I sent out a tweet to Baron Corbin. First of all, Baron Corbin has 18,000 Twitter accounts.
Twitter accounts? Really?
Yeah, he got like 1 million. He has Baron Corbin, WWE. He has like Wolf Against Men or something like that. And
well, the one with the little check mark is the only one you should worry about. That's the official one.
But could that be the official like WWE one and not really his? And then Wolf Against Men could be his?
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, but usually those others are just people trying to act like they are him.
Okay, well, I sent it to WWE one.
Yeah.
I think I said he looked like a 45-year-old washed up biker who goes to the same bar and orders milk. Just a little nice rib there.
Obviously didn't get no reply back.
No, I don't. I have 7,000 Twitter accounts now, so I need to start checking them. But I did it from the show, didn't I?
I don't remember.
I think I
remember seeing it.
I don't know. We'll definitely check on that later. We're getting off track. Let's get to the reviews.
All right.
Now, Trent, you had this phenomenon, this life-changing event where you thought it would be cool to give grades to a number of athletes on the main roster, right? And NXT, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I just want to say this. Do you think anyone deserves an F?
No, I have no Fs on mine.
You have no Fs on there. Okay. So Ds are like the Fs, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I also done like minuses and pluses too.
Okay. All right, cool. And this is from the top of the year, Royal Rumble phenomenon to now, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it, man.
All right. So you want to go in order or you want to skip around?
Let's hit the big names first. And if you're keeping track of this, any order you want to give is fine.
All right. We'll start with the phenomenal AJ Styles, who I gave an A+.
Okay. All right.
Would you agree?
I'd say A. I mean, he started slow, but now with the Bullet Club in general, there's no way that Wave is gonna die. So yeah, I'd say A.
Yeah, I gave him the A+ because even before he got to WWE, his match with Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom, it was a really good match. So that's how he got an A+ from me.
Okay, I'll have to watch that. That was in January? That was before he left?
Right, January 4th.
Okay, I'll have to watch that. Definitely gotta watch that. Jeez, that's cool.
Yep. All right. Alberto Del Rio, I gave a D.
You gave a what?
A D.
Stop it, Trent.
A D, not DD.
You gave him a D as in dog.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Why though? Why? Because here now I want to hear why.
He don't do anything. You know, he cuts the same boring promo, and I mean the guy only has one. I mean, he knows the whole Spanish vocabulary, but he only uses one insult.
Pero. Sorry. Go ahead.
And let's see what else. Oh, the only thing that he has done not to get for me to give him an F is he's banging Paige.
So that has to bring him up to a C.
No, that's from an F to a D. That's enough. That's all.
Okay, let me ask you this, man, or let me get this insight from you. I obviously have to do mid-year reviews. Okay.
Yeah. You
put down what you did and where you're trying to go for the second half. So where do you think Alberto's going in the second half?
Same place, just stagnant where he's at.
Okay. I'm interested to see the rest of the superstars on your list, but I'm going okay. I'm going C. Yeah, I'm going C. First of all, he was very prominent on the show, good or bad. He was very prominent on the show when he came back. He's banging Paige.
Yeah.
And I just do not see them dropping a Latino star as good as ADR for the second half of the year. So and as long as you have a face champion, you're going to need heel opponents. So yeah. I'm going C. I'll go C-, but I'm
all right. All right. Apollo Crews, I gave a C. Really good matches in NXT and starting to gain momentum. Got called up to the main roster out of nowhere and way too soon. The guy has no motivation or character. All he does is smile. He's basically Rocky Maivia without the crazy hair. He did get a C though because I think he's trying. I just think it's the writers I just blame the writers for not having anything for him to do.
Yeah, Apollo didn't come to the main roster with a Kevin Owens pedigree, or he wasn't NXT champion. He didn't do any of that. So I'll totally agree. And with a young guy like that, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 years, that's when you'll really start to see him grow. But he's on there way too early to be in a prominent role. So
right. And they called him up right when he was gaining momentum in NXT. He was really starting to get somewhere.
Yeah, so I'll totally agree.
All right, up next we have Baron Corbin. I gave him a C-. He was doing really good as the guy who hated the indie guys coming into NXT. And then once he came to the main roster, he hasn't done nothing but feud with Ziggler for 10,000 matches now.
Right. I don't think that's a bad thing that he's getting groomed, I guess, from a veteran. But yeah, C-. The reaction he gets on WWE is nowhere close to what they would hope he would get, comparable to his NXT reactions. He doesn't get anywhere close to the amount of heat he was getting in NXT. No. And you really need that to be a 45-year-old washed up biker who goes to the same bar every day and orders milk. So C- for Baron Corbin.
Becky Lynch, I gave an A.
Becky with the good hair?
Becky with the good hair. Okay. She's the ultimate baby face on the roster.
Wait. You gave her a what?
An A.
Okay, Trent. All right. Here's the thing, Trent. Are you speaking to these students' moms? Like, are you getting cookies from their moms, or I'm just seeing a correlation? Let's do this fairly, Trent.
Oh, I was.
Okay.
Hey, I would have gave her A+ if I was, really biased.
Oh gosh. Okay. Make sure you add Eva Marie on this list because we're gonna get to that next.
Well, I actually didn't add her on the list, but I don't even have to say nothing. She's an A+.
The scale is so weighted. Go ahead.
But Becky, she plays the ultimate baby face. I love hearing her cut promos, even the corny ones, just because of her accent and the way she delivers them. Even though nobody watches them, the WWE film, I think she'd be a perfect fit for like a lead action or comedy role. And I would actually watch that WWE film. I'd like to see her win the title, but now that Sasha's back in the spotlight, I don't see that happening anytime soon. So maybe she can get some gold around her waist by next year.
Gotta go B. Just a solid B for Becky with the good hair. Don't really see anything that she's done wrong. She's definitely played a part. But she just always winds up in that second fiddle role. So
Yeah.
But she does it very, very well. And like you said, she's just all around just good, promo, just being herself, being wacky, being, corny, just being Becky Lynch. So she has a spot, man, which is cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
Yep. All right. Up next, we have Team Soft, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy.
Just for the record, I went and copyrighted that last week. So if they ever go with Team Soft, we will start to get some money.
All right. I feel Enzo and Cass are officially the 2016 version of the New Age Outlaws, minus the championship reigns. Everybody was worried about how the crowd would react to them once they got to the main roster, and they have done probably better than expected because all the crowds are into them and know every word that they say. So I see by the end of the year them having the tag titles around their waist if they don't get split up by the draft.
Okay, I give them a B. I give them a B. Well, I'm skeptical about where they're them as a unit, as a tag team.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: what if you had to grade Cass separately? What would you give him? And if you had to grade Enzo separately, what would you give him?
Cass, I would probably give B minus.
And what would you give Enzo?
And Enzo, I would give A minus.
Okay, so they kind of cancel out. I mean, I feel you. That's where I'm going B. Just because every single week Enzo has to give a heck of a promo, and Cass just has to be, the big guy.
Yeah.
And as long as they keep doing that, it's fine. But the minute that they're split, skeptical.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have the New Day. I gave them a B. I love the New Day, but it feels like their whole shtick is starting to run its course, especially since Enzo and Cass are now on the main roster that fill that comedy tag team role. There's only so long they can talk about bootios and unicorns, and eventually, if they're going to stick together for a while, you have to see a little bit more depth from them, I feel. They have really good matches. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's about it. And I also worry about them being split up in the draft.
Okay. Yeah, I never thought about them being split up in the draft. That's a very good point. I'm going B+. Like you said, this wave has to end sooner or later. I don't want to see it end, but let's be realistic. It has to end sooner or later. Maybe once they go over entire year. I'm starting to see something that I don't want to see, and it seems like in markets where there are a lot of, let me say this the right way, in markets where there aren't a lot of black people,
right,
they suffer. But in a more diverse market, you can see it. People are behind them. So just throwing that out there. But I think that wave does come to an end, and Cass and Enzo might fill that role.
Yeah. Cesaro, I gave him a B. He was out a lot of the first part. But since he's been back, he's been at the top of his game. I like the whole James Bond tearaway suit thing, and really look forward to see where he goes in the draft, as he could be a top guy on either brand.
Going B+ with Cesaro. Cesaro is a worker, man. Like, you can't take that away from him. Not really good on the mic, but he puts up a hell of a match every single time he's out there. And how many times have we talked about Cesaro having match of the night on Raw? Mm-hmm. So B+, man. I don't know what it is that can't elevate him to an A status. Maybe him and the tag team would be awesome. Him and Kid were freaking great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it's a female.
No. I don't think it's a manager either. I don't think it's a mouthpiece.
I don't think it's a manager. I think maybe it might be the suit gimmick. Maybe do more with that suit, or why you're wearing the suit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But something else. Because your matches, nothing wrong with your match whatsoever.
No.
And I think the Cesaro section kind of faded away. So just extra character, build up. So that might get you on a A, and hopefully it'll get you a title.
Right. And the only reason I didn't give him a B+ is because he hasn't quite been back long enough for me to give him that.
Okay, cool.
All right. Next up, we have the women's champion, Charlotte. I give her a B-. In the ring, she has some pretty good matches and has dominated the women's division. Her biggest improvement is on the mic, and she is really good cutting a heel promo. The only problem is she lets the crowd get to her and overwhelm her. They also haven't let Charlotte really be on her own. She's always has to have somebody to play off of, whether it be her daddy or Daniel Brooke. And if the feud that she's having with Sasha is as good as everybody expects it to be, that grade will definitely go up. That B- will definitely go up.
Okay, I'm going B. I'm going a solid B. She was dominating the division, and whenever she was in a big match, she gave you that same type of intensity that she gave you in NXT. She was definitely hindered by Rick. I think that hurt her being packaged. So definitely B. Interesting set of matches that she has yet to encounter, and I'm pretty sure those matches will be against Bayley and Sasha coming up, and maybe another one with Becky. And so whether she loses or not pretty soon here in the next couple of months, think she has a long way to go, man, and she can kind of develop herself.
Yeah.
On the promo, work on the promo skills, but definitely a B. Definitely a B.
All right, I'm gonna skip around a little bit because there's some I want to get back to later.
Okay.
Kalisto, I gave him a C. He had a really good first few months feuding for the U.S. title with Del Rio, and even got a good match out of him. He also made Ryback look really good, but since he's lost to Rusev, he's went back to tagging with Sin Cara and hasn't done anything noteworthy.
D+, man. I gotta go D+. I was never a lucha fan.
Yeah.
The phrase, not the actual wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's back and forth. He's either the next Rey Mysterio or he's back to buddying with Sin Cara. So
yeah.
D+. Gotta go D+.
All right. Gallows and Anderson, I give a C-. One of the most anticipated debuts of the year was the debut. Okay, everybody thought they was going to dominate the tag division, but so far all they've been is AJ's lackeys. They should be equals with AJ instead of below him. I expected much more from these two, but they are good in the role they are in.
I'll go B-. They're obviously poised to be a strong faction, and if they keep teaming with AJ, if they're his lackeys, as you say, sooner or later they're going to win the tag titles and dominate. So for the second half of the year, I think they deserve a B-. For the first half, their buzz never died, and their impact when they debuted was tremendous. So I think right now they're playing the role that they should be playing. They did, interact with other guys like New Day and Cena. So I'm going B-, man.
All right.
I see big things for whatever the club becomes.
Okay. Paige, I gave a D-. She was the one person that was really negatively affected by the 4 horsewomen because a couple of years ago, she was the top worker in the division, and now that these 4 have come along, they're a lot better and maybe a more smoother than she is. A lot of this year, people have been more worried about what and who Paige is doing outside of the ring.
Wow.
Care what she's doing in the ring. And she's also become the big show of the women's division with as many face and heel turns. I think she should actually get away from Total Divas and get back into the division more and be up there with Charlotte and Becky and Sasha and Bayley and Emma, etc.
Okay. Is that really how you feel, Trent? Jeez. I'm going the same grade. Quick note here. If you look at Paige on Raw, that's a different physique. That's a different abdominal section than you saw 2 months ago. So just a little something there. Maybe, she wasn't pushed because of TV weight. Let's say that. Yeah, man, she went back and forth. I was never really a strong proponent of Paige doing more once the Divas Revolution happened. Yeah. But at the same time, she was better than what the Divas that they had.
Right.
So, she deserves something. We'll see now that she's banging ADR where she goes in the second half. But yeah, I'm totally with you on the same grade.
Okay. Let's go with Rusev, who I gave a B. He started out being part of the League of Nations, and that stable didn't help anybody that was in it. Once that disbanded, he's back with Lana and has been dominating everybody in his path. This time, instead of being like the stoic monster who was like a robot, he has personality. It's actually quite funny when he cuts promos, and this is probably the best I've ever liked him, and hope he keeps up everything he's doing. Good work.
All right, I'm going C+. Having Lana does help. Back in his League of Nations days, I think towards the end he really came on strong, but before that it was ADR. So I'm going C+. And now that he's back with Lana, yeah, I think they'll make some moves, man.
Yeah. The Miz, I gave a B-. Going into 2016, there wasn't anybody that I cared less about than The Miz. He was an instant channel changer. But then the day after WrestleMania, a beautiful blonde busty miracle came to The Miz in the form of his wife Maurice.
Amen. Tell it like it is, brother. Tell it like it is.
She has completely rejuvenated him. And he started actually having really good matches. I'll see with good people. Let's see. His promos have improved, and I actually don't mind him holding the IC title. Which had he won it Maurice coming in, I would have been griping and ranting about.
It's very funny to see what a beautiful woman will do for your career.
For real. Or my interest in somebody.
Yeah, that's very wow. I'm going same grade, man. Like I said, it's very jeez. A beautiful woman by your side instantly adds credibility. If people hate him and dislike him, that's a good thing. Now, like you said, if he's a channel changing segment, that's a bad thing.
Yep.
But if Maurice makes you stay and not switch the channel, done deal, pimp. That's it.
Yep, works for me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, it don't take much. It don't take much for me to keep it on the channel.
All right.
Emma, I gave a B-. I always liked her ever since the first time when she debuted with Santino. But let's face it, she wasn't going to be going anywhere with Santino. Then she goes down to NXT and completely reinvents herself into a badass, or as I like to refer to her as the real boss of WWE. And as much as I like cute, bubbly Emma, I absolutely love bossy, take no crap Emma.
Yeah, definitely.
She was improving every week and had a really, really good matches against Asuka. She then gets called up to the main roster with Dana, and they were starting to dominate. And I was really into her feud with Becky. And just when she was starting to get momentum, she gets injured.
Damn. Yeah.
But her first half of the year was really good. I can't wait to see where she goes when she comes back, and I would love to see her be women's champion sometime next year.
Okay, I'm going A. Emma was solid. Yeah, Emma was solid.
I thought I'd be the high vote here.
Emma was solid. She is injured. Maybe I should knock her for that, but I can't say enough good things about Emma. First of all, I like the fact that she does not know how to say Oscar, and she always says Oscar.
I never noticed that.
Oh, dude, she does not say Oscar. She says Oscar, like Oscar the Grouch.
I have to go back and watch it.
Oh geez, what else was I trying to say? She's the only reason that we know about Daniel Brooke. Period. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when she was bubbly Emma, was she like not necessarily a blonde, but
yeah, she was.
Okay.
Well, sort of more. It was lighter than what it is now. Right.
When she became the real boss of NXT, that's when I think everything got darker. I think even her hair got darker.
Yep.
She definitely went to a darker salt and pepper look. So yeah, man, Emma was a very good heel, in a heel faction on NXT, and to bring her back to the main roster was a very good move. And I was excited. I think a lot of people were excited. And hopefully this injury doesn't derail her. So I will give her an A. Quick note here.
Okay.
This is what I was going to mention later in the show, but I think it's cool now. Free agency is starting in the NBA, right? So no one has contracts to, and they're taking all suitors like, hey, why should I play for your team? Whatever, offer me, stupid amounts of money or whatever. So I was thinking to myself, what if the WWE could do the same thing and just go to New Japan, go to Lucha Underground, go to TNA, go to ROH and just sign somebody, whether it's legitimate or not. I came up with a few names, but really the one thing that I was focused on was the Divas division, man. If you look at the main roster, there's a good mix, I would say. But if you look at NXT, outside of Asuka, Asian, outside of Nia Jax, plus size, they're the same chicks.
Yeah.
It's the same exact chicks. Like they're long hair, A-cup breasts, tight little booty, and wearing nothing at all, right?
Right.
And for the most part, cute faces. I mean, very cute faces.
Like the Bliss, yeah.
Yeah. So what I was thinking was, why don't you get one of these girls from Shine or Shimmer, or like the not the girl, but Rosemary from the Decay. Get some chick get some chick that's just to the core rough. Just hair unkept. Wears a t-shirt, like just looks dirty, wears boots, doesn't wear anything that's a girl's color.
Somebody like a ODB or something, right?
Somebody even worse than ODB, man. Just to be the absolute opposite of what you have, like the anti-diva, anti-bubblegum girl.
See, that's what Paige was supposed to be at first.
But see, that's the thing. With Paige, outside of her performance in the ring, she didn't do anything against the grain. Just because she's pale and has long dark hair, and honestly, probably the most devastating finisher there. Right. There was nothing that separated her from the rest.
Right. If you think about it, AJ Lee was more anti-diva than Paige was.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying that AJ wasn't, and I'm not knocking Paige either. What I'm saying is, give me a horrible example, but give me a Brooklyn Brawler type female. Give me that. Not saying she has to be the best, but that's what people are going. That's what a lot of people will pull towards. Now, 16-year-olds who just hit puberty might not, but a chick that will break a freaking glass over your face and lick the blood off, that's what that division needs, man. Like a hardcore chick, a chick that doesn't wear makeup, who doesn't have breast implants, and who doesn't really care about looking pretty. Period. Yeah. Like, that's what that division needs. And if you go to Shine or Shimmer, you find a lot of chicks like that who are just, you know, from the mean streets of Greenwich and from the back alley streets, and who just don't give a darn, who would play that role nicely just for a little bit of diversity. That's it. Okay. And I'm off my soapbox. I'm done.
All right. Our next person we're going to go to is Dean Ambrose, our WWE champion. I gave him a B+. He starts out the year as a credible contender to Triple H for the title. Then he goes into a feud with Brock Lesnar that did nothing to help him. And also, I feel that match will be probably the most forgotten match of this year's WrestleMania. Then he goes into the feud with Jericho that caps off with the horrible Asylum match. Then he wins the WWE Championship. He's still... Why in the world did I give him a B+ after reading this back?
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this. Plus, this was your guy. I was gonna mail out your rejection letter for the fan club. I don't know what the heck you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I mean, because he's still booked as a goofy guy that needs props to get over.
Trent, have you been drinking?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
He is capable of much, much more than WWE is allowing him to do, as we have seen in shades in different promos. I hope now that he is WWE champion, he can be booked as a serious and intense person you don't want to mess with instead of the main event level comedy guy. Maybe I need to bump that down to maybe a C.
Damn, Trent, really?
Well, I mean...
Okay, so reevaluate your score or your grade.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go probably to a C, maybe C+. Yeah.
Okay, Trent, we're checking you into rehab after the show. So I gave him a solid A. And here's why. From top to bottom, this guy has been over, period. From the Royal Rumble to the week before WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. To the Raw after WrestleMania, to having, like you said, a forgettable match, let's be honest, to winning Money in the Bank, to now being your champion, and not at one point losing a lot of steam, man. Just gaining momentum every single time he was out there. And now that he has the title, maybe he'll lose it, maybe he'll gain it back by the end of the year. So I'm going A. I'm definitely going A. Are you okay over there, Trent? Is it hot?
I think I'm looking more at how he was booked more than how over he was.
He's the champ.
He's the champ now, but for the most of the year he's been booked,
okay,
consistently.
Wait, you said for most of the year he's been booked consistently or inconsistently?
Inconsistently.
How so?
I mean, because he starts out like a credible guy, a credible contender, and then he goes into a feud that's pretty much meaningless, that does nothing for him. Then he goes into an even worse feud with Jericho where they feuding over a darn potted plant and a jacket. And now all of a sudden he's back up top as the champion.
Okay, what I'll say, and listen, you didn't say anything wrong. But through that entire, 6 months, he's built a portfolio. And not one time did people go against it.
That's true.
That's it. We've talked about this.
That's what I was saying. I said I was looking at it more as the way he was booked than how open he is.
Okay, I got you. And I wish they would do the same thing with Roman Reigns. Like, just give him better instances where he can shine. Because over the 6 months, Dean Ambrose has done everything. So that's why I gave him an A. Now the booking is a little bit different, but that's why I gave him an A.
All right. Let's see. Skip around a little bit. We was talking about it earlier. Let's do Miss Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
I gave her a C. Her first half consisted of managing and adding the flavor and spice to the tag team Blake and Murphy, also known as Vanilla #1 and Vanilla #2.
Nice. Go ahead.
While she has been managing them, she's been able to work on her snobby heel character and has gotten it down pat. She has also improved in the ring, and because she's improved in these two things, I give her a C. I hope with some of the other women of NXT moving up to the main roster, the Bliss era can begin and she can have gold around her waist.
Okay, I'm going C+. Great observation by Trent. She just hasn't done enough yet, but I see the second half with her picking up some steam. She didn't really need to do anything for the first half, except, you know, cement herself as one of the women in NXT. But now she's hopefully going to get, you know, different matches, more matches, and build up how bad she can be at a pint size. So yeah, same score.
You like that vanilla number 1 and number 2?
Oh, dude, that was great. Like, okay, and truth be told, I'm thinking of what the image will be for the YouTube video. So when you said that, I was like, okay, I think I could do like a photo of all 3 of them and just put like vanilla ice cream cones on the side of Alexa.
Yeah, or a vanilla milkshake or something.
Right. Vanilla number 1 of it. You know the crazy thing about it, we didn't even know who was who or their full names or anything until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Vanilla number 1 and vanilla number 2. Jeez.
All right, let's go to the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. I gave him an A+. Everything.
Okay, wait. Can I do the thing while you're doing your rating?
What?
Go ahead.
Everything he's done in 2016 has been great, starting with his match against AJ at Wrestle Kingdom, which I mentioned earlier. He was one of the most highly anticipated debuts for NXT since Finn Balor. He has charisma flowing through that can't be matched, and he doesn't even have to talk to show that charisma. His in-ring work is completely different from anyone else in WWE/NXT, thanks to his strong style. On top of everything else, he has the best entrance theme music in WWE NXT today. He gets louder pops than Finn Balor did when Finn was champion.
Wow.
His matches against Zayn was a match of the year contender. If he keeps at this pace, he will be a mega star on the main roster by the end of the year.
What grade did you give him?
A+.
Okay, enough said. That was it. Like, I cannot complain, and I think for the rest of the year he'll stay in NXT. Outside of the draft, I think he'll stay in NXT. I don't think they'll call him up yet. I think he will be a fixture in NXT for the rest of the year. So
all right, let's go with Nia Jax. I gave her a C. She's improving, but still has quite a way to go before she's ready to be a major star. I've heard that she's one of the names rumored to come up on the main roster pretty soon, and I feel that's a huge mistake, as she's nowhere near ready and still needs at least another year down in NXT to learn.
Damn, Trent, another year?
Or maybe 6 months, a year to 6 months, yeah.
What do you need her to do before she goes to the main roster? Get a title?
No, I don't know. I mean, it's not even, it's more about making sure she's ready for the main roster, really.
Okay. Is that promo or is that work?
Promo, yeah.
Okay. What'd you give her again?
C.
Okay. I'm going I'll go C. I'll go C+. Honestly, the only thing I was thinking of when you were giving your ratings was if Nia Jax was sitting or standing in front of you, would you give her the same score?
No.
Okay, just checking. No, I mean, yeah, she hasn't done anything outside of what you would expect from a person with her size, and I'm talking height in comparison to the other women in that division. Really came on strong the past couple of months. And her match with Asuka, or her feud with Asuka, really cemented her as having some staying power outside of just being the monster, the giant stud of the women's division. So next 6 months we could see some strong things. But I don't think she's ready to go up to the main roster yet, because she would just be another chick there that would do squashes. So yeah, I'm good with that score.
All right, let's go with the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger.
10. Go ahead.
I gave him a B. He's been a surprise this year in NXT. He started out as just a good hand who would put over the new talent coming in, but somewhere along the way he started to get really over with the crowd. When I went to NXT Columbia, he was really fun to watch. His perfect 10 gimmick is super over and is turning him into a babyface. At this point, with him being so over, they're going to have to find someone else to be the guy that puts the new guys over and let him have a run on his own, as he absolutely deserves it for getting over to the extent he has.
Okay, I'm going to go C+. I believe in everything that you just said. He just has to put a winning streak together.
Yeah.
Heel or not, he's super over, very charismatic, and has been in there with Shinsuke, has been in there with Cien, been in there with Apollo. So give him some time, but you got to put some wins under his belt before I give him a better grade. So
all right.
Okay.
American Alpha. I gave them an A+. They're a team in NXT that I absolutely love and have nothing to say about them. Their matches with the Revival has been amazing, and they are so fun to watch in the ring. They're both so charismatic, and are two guys I could see going far once they split as a team, but hopefully that's not no time soon.
I'll go A. Can't knock anything that you said. I respect the story of American Alpha.
Yeah.
Promos need to get a little bit better, but to be able to cross both platforms, but can't deny the matches, man. You cannot deny their matches whatsoever. And whether it's a 5-minute match or a 20-minute match, they deliver.
Yep.
And they seem to be on the same page as just being in it for a good tag team and being able to put some of the combinations, the moves, the finishes, the psychology, if you will, very good. They are very, very good. So I'm going A. All
right, and let's go to their rivals, the Revival. I gave it A. They came out of nowhere. I feel they were just a makeshift team that were picking up wins, and out of nowhere were able to capture the NXT tag titles. They're a throwback to the traditional tag team style of the '80s. Their matches with American Alpha have been amazing, and Triple H must be super high on them since they are the first 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions.
I'm going B- only because if they weren't going up against American Alpha, I don't think their matches were that great.
Okay.
The finisher is what people look for. So they remind me of the Dudleys, but they're a good heel tag team. I mean, they're a very good heel tag team. And you know what I'm talking about, like the tag team chemistry, being a heel tag team, keeping somebody in the corner and then, messing with the opponent and, making the ref block them while they do damage and stuff. So very good tag team. Promos are very good and everything like that. I just think that I need to see more out of them from a different set of competitors outside of American Alpha.
All right. Let's go with the boss, Sasha Banks.
The boss. Go ahead.
I gave her a B+.
Okay.
This should have been the year where she gets an A+, but due to injuries and bad booking, she wasn't around for most of 2016. She still should have won the women's title at WrestleMania. The reason she got such a high score, despite not being around a lot, is when she is around, she is always on the top of her game. Now that she's back in a feud with Charlotte, hopefully she will get that title win that has been long past due. If she can stay injury-free for the second half of 2016, I see nothing stopping her from getting an A+ by the end of the year.
I'm going same score, same grade. It was crazy because I was like, Sasha Banks could almost be the Brock Lesnar to this division. She could go away for 3 months and then come back and just make a splash. So I think she's awesome. I think she's phenomenal. I don't really think it matters if she's a good guy or a bad guy. And we'll see what happens with the next 6 months. We will see.
Yep. All right, let's go. Austin Aries. I gave him a C-. Poor Austin. He made his debut, and everyone was excited about him coming to NXT. And then a day or so later, they announced that Nakamura is coming to take over Dallas, and poor Aries is completely forgot about. For the first few months, he didn't feel special at all. He felt just like another guy and wasn't connecting at all with the fans. He was having fine matches, but something wasn't clicking. Now that he has turned heel, he's starting to get that spark back that made him one of the top guys in ROH and TNA. They should have had him come in as a heel to begin with.
I'm going the same score. Obviously, I don't think they made him a heel upon his rival because he's a little short in stature. But now that he's a heel, I see him having a bigger role, a better role in beating people up versus being the underdog just because he's under 6 feet. So totally with you on the score. Good luck to Austin Aries, man, because you're on NXT, dude. I mean, that's the launching point for getting on the main roster without this big fanfare. Like if you held 7 titles at the same time, you got to go to the main roster. But if you're not that guy, but you're a big name, NXT shouldn't be that hard to conquer, dude. It shouldn't. So I'm going the same score.
All right, let's go with Asuka. I gave her an A. I like Asuka, but I feel I'm nowhere near as big of a fan of hers as most people are. Unlike Nakamura, I don't feel like she has the same amount of charisma flowing out of her, and she is hurt more because she doesn't speak good English. In-ring, she is fun to watch, kicking people's heads off and then making them tap out. But character-wise, there's something missing for me, which prevents me from bumping her up to an A+.
But you gave her an A?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you on that. She's the finisher, man. She's the finisher. And now that she's champ, it just makes for more interesting dynamics between the faces that she goes up against. She's gonna kick somebody's heads off, which is obvious, but she's a finisher, dude. Like, you don't want to hear her music playing if you're a female, because
Nope.
You're going down. She almost reminds me of like the Steiner brothers in Japan or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think she's gonna lose for a while, but yeah, Asuka's a definite threat to any women in that division.
All right, let's go. Kevin Owens.
KO.
I gave him an A++.
Okay.
Kevin
Did he pay you for this?
No, he didn't.
Kevin Owens isn't sponsoring this segment?
Nope.
Okay, all right.
He's one of my favorites in the entire world right now.
Oh, shocker. Shocker.
In the WWE world, where the promos feel like the same old thing week in and week out and feel so robotish, but Kevin Owens is one person who breaks the mold and makes me look forward to him cutting a promo. He is the best at ad-libbing and doing just small little things to make a promo feel fresh and interesting. He has had a really great year, even though majority of it was spent in his rivalry with Sami Zayn, which I actually don't mind because that is a feud I never get tired of watching like I do most other feuds in WWE. If Kevin Owens is not the top heel on whichever brand he goes to, then WWE are complete idiots, as this guy is the definition of a mega superstar. In the ring, he still amazes me what a guy of his body type can do and just how agile he is. There's nothing bad I can say about Kevin Owens.
Okay. How many apples did you have to give to your teacher for her to add pluses to your A's? Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah, man. I'll go A, and I'll go A. I just realized I never gave anyone A minuses, but I'll go A. I'm an idiot. If Kevin Owens isn't the heel top guy, the top heel on whatever brand he's on, there's going to be a lot of the TWF universe in WWE's lobby. Let's just say that. Can't knock anything that you said. It's the Kevin Owens show on Raw, and the fact that he usually does double duty on SmackDown doesn't hurt either. He's great.
All right, we got 6 more of these to go and we'll be done.
Cool, no problem.
All right, Samoa Joe. I gave him an A. Samoa Joe is finally back to the Samoa Joe we love back in ROH and the first couple of years in TNA. He's back to kicking ass and running through the competition. One thing that I feel that hurts Joe in the first half of 2016 is that he's been in the same feud with Balor the entire time. But to his credit, he has carried the entire feud, especially when it comes to the intense promos and making the matches have a big fight feel. It will be interesting to see when or if he loses the NXT title and comes to the main roster. If they want him on the main roster, they better do it while they can, as Joe was no spring chicken. But if they don't want him on the main roster, he's completely fine dominating everyone down in NXT.
Okay. I'm gonna go A minus here. The only difference I have with what you said was, in my opinion, his feud with Finn Balor just elevated him, because in every single one of those matches he won. I mean, let's be honest, he got over better. It's been the Samoa Joe era since he turned heel. So very interested to see what he does for the second half of the year, being on top in NXT. Leah literally just coming out, kicking ass and taking names and not even chewing bubblegum. So
yep.
A minus.
All right, let's go to his rival for all year. Let's go to Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, go ahead.
I gave him a B minus.
Uh-oh.
I know most people would rank him higher, but I can't, as he still does nothing special for me. He feels like the most vanilla main event guy ever.
Wait a minute, hold on. What is he, vanilla number 3 or vanilla A1? What is he?
He's the main event vanilla.
The main event vanilla. Okay.
Vanilla.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He feels like the most vanilla main event guy ever, who was overhyped by the IWC. His matches are okay, but nothing outstanding or jaw-dropping. Even when he is the Demon, the moment his entrance ends, so does my interest in him. I also wish he would come to the main roster already and join the club and turn heel, because maybe that's what he needs, is to be heel, because he is doing nothing special as a babyface.
What'd you give him though?
B minus.
Okay, yeah, I'll go B minus. I feel the same way. It seems like we're waiting for that next phase of Finn Balor or whatever the Demon could bring. Outside of the Demon at takeovers, there was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing whatsoever. And his feud with Joe didn't help him whatsoever.
No.
So yeah, I'm going B minus. I look forward to seeing what happens with Finn Balor in the next 6 months. Different incarnations of the Demon.
Yeah.
And if he goes to the main roster, what they could do with him. And whether he's always the Demon or, you know, on the show sporadically, you know, kind of a la the Undertaker. So it'll be cool.
All right. Sami Zayn, I gave him an A+. Just like his rival Kevin Owens, there's nothing bad I can say about Sami. He finished out his NXT run with a match of the year contender with Nakamura. He goes to the main roster full time and picks right up where he left off with his feud with Kevin Owens. And I actually feel that their main roster feud is better than the feud they had down in NXT. He is still considered underdog, which works for him because He is the only guy who, when he finally won the NXT title, made me actually tear up. Since the feud looks to be ending with Kevin Owens, it will be interesting to see where he goes from here.
You cry?
I teared up. I didn't cry waterfalls, but I did tear up.
Were you watching it with anybody?
No, just me.
So okay, so if somebody would have saw that tear, like you would have blamed it on something was in your eye.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right, cool. What grade did you get, Sammy?
I blamed on allergies or something.
Yeah. What was the grade you gave him?
A+.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going B+. Actually, I'm going solid B.
Keep knocking it down.
Yeah. The Nakamura match
Yeah.
is the best thing that happened to this guy this year. The Royal Rumble part was cool, but the Nakamura match is probably why he's still there, outside of having, the strained relationship with Kevin Owens. He's still playing this underdog role, which is cool. But when he first came to the WWE against Cena, he damn near looked equal, man. So, I'm going B. It's very interesting to see what'll happen in the next 6 months for Sami Zayn, outside of him and Kevin Owens. But going B.
All right. Next we have Bailey. I gave her a B+.
Hey, we want some Bailey.
Oh, Bailey. Whoa, won't you be my girl? I feel Bailey is starting to lose momentum staying in NXT. The last half of 2015, she was the hottest thing in NXT, even more so than NXT champion, more so than the NXT champion Finn Balor. Coming into 2016, Bailey was still champion, but was starting to be overshadowed by Asuka as the hottest thing in the NXT women's division. She loses her title at TakeOver, and she hasn't really done anything since. She's on a path to regain the NXT women's title, but I feel the fans aren't really wanting that. They are just waiting for her to go up to the main roster. It will be interesting to see if she connects when she does go up, which will most likely be after TakeOver Brooklyn in August. If they play their cards right, Bailey has the potential to be the biggest women's star WWE has ever had, as she is so easy for little girls to relate to and look up to as a role model. She is the key to really grabbing that young female demographic and could be one of, if not the top merchandise seller if they book her the right way.
And what was your grade again?
B+.
Okay. Totally with you on that. Just like their main roster call up is imminent, and I would hope they're just figuring out where they fit in the storyline. I don't think she's floundering in NXT right now, but it looks like it's more of a waiting period, man. So hopefully she gets a match that is her goodbye match, and then she goes up. But yeah, it just seems like there's, she's just, in a wave pool, not really swimming. But she's Bailey. She's, she deserves everything that she's getting right now. So I got the same score, man. No problem with that.
All right. And then our last actual person we're going to do is Roman Reigns, who I give a C.
Oh gosh. Why is that, Trent?
All right. It's crazy to think that the guy who's supposed to be the face of the company is getting a C. But thanks to WWE booking, that's the highest I could possibly go. Roman has been the story of 2016, whether you're a fan or not of his. He has everyone talking. The guy has already been world champion 3 times since November, and none of the runs as champion have been that memorable. The fans absolutely hate him, perhaps even more so than they did when they hated Cena. WWE is trying as hard as they can to make him a top baby face, but it clearly isn't working. He doesn't take well to all the fans not liking him and don't play it off like Cena always did. He is made to be a heel, but WWE will not pull the plug on him as a babyface. The only thing that prevents him from getting a lower score than a C is his in-ring work, which has been pretty good, but that's most likely because of who he's in the ring with. He has had a horrible first half of 2016, and I really don't see the second half getting any better. In fact, it could get much worse, especially if they still push him as a babyface despite being suspended for failing the wellness policy. It could be that by the end of the year, if the bad booking continues, he could drop even lower to a D grade.
I can't argue with anything that you just said, and those views are reciprocated for every one of the TWF podcast listeners, TWF Universe, Paige Van Zant, Eva Marie, anyone who hashtags Daniel Brooke, hashtags TWF, anyone that goes by the name of Bang'em South. What kind of mom names their child Bang'em South? You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's how you end that segment, though. Great. That was a home run, Trent.
Well, actually, we got one more.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
The last one is going to be.
Yeah, you said that's the last person, so I thought you were talking about a dog. What are you talking about?
We're going to grade the WWE NXT as a whole, as a company. I give it a C+.
Okay, wait. As a whole?
Yeah, for the
Okay.
first half. Yeah.
For the first half. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I have to give it about an average of C plus because the first half of 2016 they had about as many pros as they have cons, and then I listed the pros and cons. So here's the pros.
Okay.
They're pushing the new talent more heavily and not relying as much on veterans like the Big Show and Cien. They are seeking out more international and independent talent. They are adding lots of content to the WWE network. Like they have just added all the WCW Nitros. They're adding more classic territory footage, Camp WWE, and the Cruiserweight Classic. They did away with the Divas Championship and brought back the Women's Championship. Shane McMahon is back, and they're making SmackDown Live / bringing back the brand split. Now for the con.
Okay.
They booked the biggest show of the year around the old and part-time stars. They're pushing Roman Reigns down our throats. They're still stumbling on making the main roster women's division quite as good as the NXT women's division.
Yeah, they suck at that.
We still had to put up with Stephanie McMahon emasculating the talent with no reproof.
Castrating them.
And calling the face of the women's division that they are trying to push as a legit thing, a waste of talent.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. The NXT and the network are what keep you afloat. I mean, that's the main roster needs some work, and it'll probably get better in the second half. They are pushing younger talent, so that may take time.
Yep.
I know you mentioned that pushing the newer talent is obviously it's best for business and best for the future. This came to me in a dream.
It wasn't a wet dream, was it?
No. I was thinking about this yesterday at WrestleMania. If we don't want to push older stars, okay, let's have a match between Chris Jericho and The Rock. And here's why. And help me out if I need assistance here with my walker. Chris Jericho has been living off the fame of beating The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night, right?
Right.
What if you have a match to end his career similar to the way he started his career? The Rock was in the ring. He interrupted The Rock. They had a great back and forth. And then that was the Y2J era right there.
Right.
What if at WrestleMania, The Rock interrupts his promo? They have a match. He's talking about how he beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night, but Stone Cold does a run in and helps The Rock pick up the victory. Stone Cold and Rock drink beers, pour beer on Chris Jericho, and Jericho still lays in the middle of the ring to accept the nah, hey, goodbye stuff. That's what I was thinking about.
Okay, that could work.
I think that could definitely work, because that could get both of those two talents on the show without dominating the show. Right. And it could give Jericho a way out, because this dude has to leave sooner or later. Jeez.
Man, I mean, Ozzy's supposed to be touring anytime soon or anything.
Oh gosh, something, man. Jeez. Start his own line of scarves or something, man. Yeah. Sell those jackets for Halloween. Do something. So that's what we're gonna push for the rest of the year. Jericho and Rock, and we'll soon intern at WWE headquarters pretty soon. Yep. Okay, yeah, that was good, man. I'm gonna document if you didn't document the grades, and you want to do this at the end of the year or close to the end of the year.
Yeah, we can.
Just kind of see where we left off and where we have grown from. Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Cool. All right, my friend. Well, do you have any more treats for the show?
No. Other than I want to plug the a thing that's happening over at Voices of Wrestling. They're doing a 50 greatest Ring of Honor wrestlers ever poll, and right now they're just taking the nominations. You can make a new thread over at Voices of Wrestling and their forums. Nominate any wrestler or manager or valet or whatever you want to, and then at the beginning of 2017 they're going to start the voting process. And they're doing the voting process like they did over at Pro Wrestling Only for the greatest wrestler ever, where you pick your 50, and then your number one person gets 50 points and your number 50 person gets 1 point. So I'm actually doing, I nominated a couple of people over there at that, so I thought I would plug it for those fine people over at Voices of Wrestling.
Nicely done. And if you want to tweet the show, get in touch with us. You can tweet Trent at
MTW3589.
You can tweet me at Bangham South. You can tweet the official Twitter page for the show at TWF_podcast. Trent, you can hit us up on Facebook at
facebook.com/TWFpodcast.
And the email address is
TWFpodcast@gmail.com.
With that said, guys, have a safe and fun July 4th weekend. Trent, hope you do the same. Thanks for a hell of a show, man. And we'll see you soon.
All right.